The 2023 season is no more, and the Reds finish with an 8-goal draw. If Champions League football is all a player is for, then the LFC Boss will soon show him the door. And it will be a shame to see the boy go. But what happened with Fabio? The good, the bad and the ugly. Gameweek 38 reviewed at the LFC file. Roll the intro. So welcome back to the LFC file and the good, the bad and the ugly podcast for Game Week 38, the last week of the 2022 and 2023 Premiership season. Firstly, thanks a lot for all the likes and of course the odd comment, the new subscribers as well. Thanks very much for joining the community. Remember, if you like the content, then like, subscribe, and of course you can follow the blog on good old Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and good old-fashioned www.thelfcfile.com. So without further ado, let's get into it with the good. There wasn't really much good this week to talk of that we can actually say is good, but in any case, let's talk about the 4-4 draw with relegated Southampton as the last game of the season. And as we can see from Sky Sports headline here, Liverpool fight back, rescues draw at Saints after 8-goal thriller. And an 8-goal thriller it was. So of course, man of the moment, Diogo Jota. Well, there's a couple of men of the moment, but certainly Diogo Jota ranks among them. Got the ball rolling and put Liverpool ahead, I think, after maybe 10 minutes, which was promptly doubled shortly afterwards with a super solo effort from Firmino, jinking his way through the Southampton defence and slotting the ball past the helpless goalkeeper. So the Saints did pull 2 back, and it was 2-2 at the break. Then in the second half, kind of sums up Liverpool's season really. They fell behind to another 2 goals, especially from this Kamaldon Sulemana, I think his name is. Great prospect, really skillful, strong player. So yeah, that left Liverpool on the back foot. 2 late Liverpool goals spared their blushes. Another from Jota and Cody Gakpo kind of sealed the comeback. Why Liverpool had to come back after being 2 goals up? Well, just about sums up Liverpool's season, doesn't it? And to be honest, with all this talk of Alex McAllister and the other young lad, Lilian Thuram's son, I think they need to add a defender to the list as well. Nothing particularly bad this week, so we go with a not bad, and this has got to be Jürgen Klopp's reaction when asked if what he's going to do if a player wants to leave the club, seeing as they haven't qualified for the Champions League. So, as the headline from the Mail Online here shows, the boss had a classic with his sense of humour. He said, "I drive them to the new club myself." Yeah, I thought that was a very good one. He says, "It's all fine. If ever a player would come to me and say, 'Oh, we didn't qualify for the Champions League, I have to leave,' I will drive him to the other club myself." I would take the key and say, "Come in the car, where do you want to go? I drive you." So yeah, well done Klopp, that is a very good one. And many a true word spoken. Mo Salah has been quoted as being very disappointed with the 5th place and not qualifying for the Champions League. But to be honest, this is what you would expect from any player in Liverpool's position. I'm sure he summed up the feeling of the entire team with that statement. We come swiftly on to the ugly, and this is the situation with young Fabio Carvalho. It's a bit of a strange one, this one. Comes from Fulham in, I think, a £5 million deal. There's a lot expected of him. Plays a couple of games, gets seemingly dropped, and then we don't really hear anything from him for the whole season, apart from making the subs bench here and there. And according to the Mirror here, it says Fabio Carvalho vents Liverpool frustrations and drops Reds exit hint to Man United star. And this is basically another young lad who obviously he knows pretty well is playing at Man United, and he made a tweet which kind of implied that he was either kind of fed up with the situation or going out on loan. It seems the club also turned down a firm offer for a permanent transfer from who turns out to be RB Leipzig now, which actually is a team I think would probably suit young Carvalho. Liverpool refused the offer by all accounts. Apparently they would like to send him out on loan, but this seems to me to I can't really see a future for him at the moment. You have to wonder where these stories come from. If it's actually him, if it's his agent, whatever it is, it's a shame because he obviously has talent. The unfortunate thing is, for Fulham, he was playing as a kind of number 10 behind a front two, and of course Liverpool want him to play on the attacking left side, as Liverpool seems to do with every new player they have. So of course he's not getting a look in. You would think at the moment they've only got Cody Gakpo, who is playing in this false 9 position. Of course Firmino is leaving. You would think that he has a chance to go into his more natural position and maybe bring some more value to the team. But it seems as if for whatever reason, Klopp doesn't seem to fancy him. There was also an article in The Athletic, which was titled, I've just got it here, "Why is Fabio Carvalho not playing for Liverpool?" This was back in March, and it was a very good question, even back then. So The Athletic, as usual, they didn't come up with a suitable answer, even though they posed a question, a kind of 20-minute read, 20,000 words, and not really much at the end of it, to be honest. So let's see how this one turns out. A great shame because I think he has a lot of promise. He's a very good young player, and wherever he goes, I'm sure they're going to get the benefit of him, and he's going to get more playing time. So a pretty miserable season comes to an end. Didn't really promise much, to be honest. I felt the team, as I've said before, they've been feeling the mental and physical strain of playing, I don't know how many games, must have been 70 or 80 games last season, chasing the quadruple, which, to be fair, I never felt that they were going to achieve it, but try they must, and they were just unfortunate in the end. And this is something that we've heard before about Klopp in his Dortmund days, the team being exhausted. We've seen it before as well after the Premiership winning season. They just qualified for the Champions League in the last game of the season. So unfortunately, this season it wasn't to be, chasing Man United, who seem to be made of sterner stuff these days, or certainly as they were or have been the last couple of seasons. So yeah, shame. Europa League it is. It's better than nothing. God knows where we're going to be travelling to on a Thursday evening next season, but it remains to be seen. Next up, what have I got? I'm going to have an end of season report next week on all the players that are featured, and the usual marks from A to E as you get in the English system. That's going to be a funny one. And for the moment, what is there? A few transfers to look forward to. Alex McAllister, it seems he's still the number one choice. As to whether or not they'll get that over the line, apparently the price tag, as we see here, is being quoted as around 70 million. So let's see if this is viable for Liverpool. Another one, according to the Independent here, is Lilian Thuram's son, Kefren Thuram, who is playing, I think it's Nice at the moment. I haven't really seen him play, to be honest, but if he's anything like his father, then I think he's going to be worth having. The other son, I'm not sure what his name is. He plays here in Germany for Mönchengladbach, and he's actually a very good player, I have to say. Very good, strong, technically very, very tough as well. Yeah, he would actually be a good addition as well, but obviously the other brother seems to be more attractive. And those two seem to be the two most serious, let's say, or most believable bits of transfer speculation at the moment, although it's something I try not to get too involved with because there's so many names being bandied around. Mason Mount, as we hear today, has signed for Man United, so good riddance to bad rubbish, as the expression goes. the hunt goes on. Let's see who they unearth to replace the missing players whose contracts run out this season. So that's brings us pretty much to the end this week. Thanks very much for coming along and for sticking until the end. Please remember to like, subscribe, and of course follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and of course the old-fashioned website www.lfcfile.com. Not that the website is old-fashioned, but people don't bother much with these things these days. It's all on social media. Excuse me, making a racket with my microphone wire. So thanks again, and until next week, peace guys. The LFC File.